Hello everyone, Brainerd Carey here, Director of Praxis Center, and today in this video I'm talking about business plans, mindset, hacks for getting around yourself essentially, right? How do we do this? Because things like business plans and proposals and fundraising are tough to do, and it's the kind of thing where you want to put it off for a little while. And by tough to do, I don't mean that it's actually hard work, right? Writing a proposal, which is about, your dream, what you want to see happen. You want a larger studio, a gallery, funding for a film, whatever it is. Those are okay. But how do you write that down? That writing that down itself is what I'm saying isn't hard. It's the thought process behind it that somehow holds you back from doing it, right? Or the thought that maybe this dream isn't worthy, or that maybe this dream isn't good enough or worth funding, or that this art isn't worth buying. So then that stops you from doing certain things that are important for your we'll call it business plan, right? Your plan for the future, your mindset. It's not good for your mindset for getting the things done that you want to get done. So how do you get around that? There's a lot of different hacks, right? And I meditate. I do a number of things myself, and I have a lot of stuff going on, right? I interview a lot of people. I make these videos. I have family. I have a lot of balls in the air, and so when there's something that I think I must do, but I don't want to do it. I'm stopping myself from doing it because it's not the most pleasant thing to do. What I do is, instead of, there's a number of tricks about kind of playing games with yourself, right? You have timers, you put it in your calendar, you have all those other things. Those are still easy to override for most people, right? But what's harder to override is having someone that you check in with, right? So that could be a coach, or it could be a friend. The difference between a coach and a friend is that you're paying a coach, and a friend you're not paying. And by checking in, I mean, they call it bookending, right? Let's say you want to make 5 calls to 5 galleries, or you want to contact 3 galleries a week, or you have some goal with your art to create a business plan, to do something, whatever the next step is, but you can't seem to get to it, and you have a friend who wants to write a book or make a proposal about something else. If you commit to each doing certain tasks every week and then checking in with each other, that can really help. That can really help. The downside to that is, if both of you don't do it one week, you're both off the hook. It's okay. What I do personally, and what I think is very effective, is you hire a coach. It doesn't have to be a really expensive coach, but when you're paying somebody, whatever you're paying them, and I don't do coaching myself. Praxis Center is a kind of school, right, where there's a lot of support, and it's like coaching, and you're paying for it, right? But coaching, when you pick someone one on one, that's and there's thousands of coaches, millions out there in the world, life coaches. You could pick anybody like that, but get someone that's inexpensive, that you can afford. And when you pay them and say, look, this is my goal. What I want to do is, contact 3 galleries every week, or I want to apply to 1 grant every month. When you pay them and they'll say, okay, what are the next steps? They'll help you get into it. They'll help you build just the strategy. Do this first, then this, and I'll talk to you next week, right? So when you're paying somebody, and you have to talk to them the next week, and you have a plan of what to do, it's pretty motivating because you could, of course, say the next week, God, I just didn't have time. But throughout the whole week, you're going to waste your $100 or $50 or whatever it is you're paying that person. Again, they don't have to be expensive. They don't have to be a great coach. What's important is that you're paying somebody who's keeping you on task. And that can make the world of difference. I use that all the time with myself. And it does make a world of difference because I don't want to waste that money that I'm paying somebody. I'm checking in with them, and I want to be a good coachee, or whatever you call it. I want to do what I set myself out to do. I want to do the goal. So that's today's hack for getting around, like, mindsets, tricks, and getting around yourself, because it's difficult to do a number of things, and it's all different for all of us. We're all sort of have different kind of points that are maybe harder to get around than others. So whatever yours is, you know it already, the thing you want to do with your career that you can't. You know what that one thing is. So what I would suggest is, you find a coach. That's one hack, and it's a fast one, because as soon as you start paying someone, you start it's very motivating to get something done. And maybe it's just like a minor thing you need done every week, like one application a week or one letter a week, or whatever it is in your art practice. Or you want to make 2 larger paintings or a painting on this day. Hire someone to do that, and you will again hire someone to coach you through that, which just means accountability, and it can be enormously helpful and motivating. And obviously it can make you very productive. So I hope that's helpful. That's today's hack. That's very straightforward and simple, and it's based in the psychology that when you're also paying for something, you tend to value it more, and you tend to meet what your responsibilities are in caring for that. As opposed to just doing it with a friend. This model of hiring a coach. Again, Praxis Center, which I direct, is not a coaching service, but it is a place where you can find more support for yourself and your art career. So I hope this is helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or if you have topics that you want me to talk about that I haven't so far, please comment below, and I'll do my best to make a video on that. Thanks again, guys. I wish you all well, and have a great time making art.